Today we're going to learn some vocabulary for living in the city. Come on, let's learn some city vocabulary. We're going to start off on the streets and then we're going to move into all the different buildings we can find. Are you ready? Let's go. First up, we have crosswalk. The people are crossing the street in the crosswalk. Crosswalk. In between those white lines is the crosswalk. Next up, we have an intersection. An intersection where all the roads come together is an intersection. You have cars going in different directions at the intersection. At this intersection, there is no crosswalk. Huh. When you see this sign, it's a sign for an intersection. Intersection coming up. When you make it through the intersection, hopefully you're in the crosswalk, then you can walk on the sidewalk or the pavement. Yes, that cement area, we can call it the sidewalk or the pavement. Which do you prefer? Here in the US, we park on our driveway. This is a driveway. The homeowner will park their car on the driveway. Driveway. If you have a driveway, you don't have too many parking problems. This is a blacktop driveway or an asphalt driveway. What? Yes, the previous one was just a driveway made of cement, but this is a blacktop driveway or an asphalt driveway. Some people prefer an asphalt driveway, others prefer a blacktop driveway, and still others prefer a cement driveway. Which do you prefer? Here's a close up of the cement driveway. Cement driveway. Look at that big cement driveway. Americans love a cement driveway. Do you? If you're driving around town and you have to park somewhere, hopefully you can find a parking lot. A parking lot. In the US, we call places where you can park a parking lot. Got it? On surface, it's a parking lot. Next, we'll learn the other places we can park. Are you ready? This, my friends, is a parking garage. A parking garage. In the US, that's how we pronounce it. Parking garage. Got it? Oh, I know. It looks like parking garage, but not like that. We don't pronounce it. We pronounce it a parking garage. I'm not a big fan of parking garages. That's hard to say, the plural, garages. Are you? If you want to keep your cities clean, hopefully you have a garbage bin, a garbage cart, a garbage can, or a trash can. Here in the US, we use all of those terms for the place where we put our trash or our garbage. Garbage bin, garbage cart, garbage can, or trash can. Got it? Which do you prefer? Those other ones were for outside, but a wastebasket or a trash can is what we call the receptacle that we throw garbage in the house or inside a building. A wastebasket or a trash can. Either one works. Which do you prefer? Hey, pick that up and throw it in the wastebasket. Or, hey, pick that up and throw it in the trash can. We call these trash can or garbage can. Yes, these are always a can because they're made of metal. A trash can or a garbage can. These are the outside ones. A trash can or a garbage can. But if you're a business and you create a lot of garbage, you usually have a dumpster. Can you say it? Dumpster. Dumpster. Hey, put that stuff in the dumpster, will you? Make sure you put the lid on. We don't want any rats. Dumpster. The flat area right in front of your front door is your front stoop. You can have steps on your stoop, but we call it the front stoop, where you just kind of hang out. You can sit on the stoop, that's the top part, and the steps lead up to the stoop. It's just fun to say. Do you enjoy sitting on the front stoop? Hmm? The steps leading up to the house at the front of the house are the front steps. The front steps. If you're sitting there, you could be sitting on the front steps, or you could be sitting on the front stoop, up on that flat part. Front steps. And the previous one, front stoop. Kind of fun. Do you like to sit on the front steps or the front stoop? Hmm? Next up, we have the corner. The corner, yeah, at the end of a block where the pavement or the sidewalk turns and the street turns, you have a corner. Every block has 4 corners. I love to run to the corner and back. What about you? Whoa, watch the traffic light. Traffic light. We can say it's a traffic light or we say at the stoplights. What? Yeah, here in the US, we like, hey, take a left up at the next set of stoplights. Or we say take a left at the next set of traffic lights. Traffic light or stoplight. Either one works. Why do we call them both? I don't know. We just do. The train that goes under the city is called the subway. I know. In the UK, they call it a tube. But here in the US, we call it the subway. Where I live, we don't have a subway. But in New York City, they have a subway, a very big and busy subway. Which do you prefer, subway or tube? In the US, it's always subway. If you're not on the subway, maybe you get off at the boulevard. Boulevard. I know it looks like boulevard, but it's not. It's boulevard. Hey, wide open streets like that, let's go cruising the boulevard. Boulevard. It's fun to say. The wide open streets like that is a boulevard. Do you have a boulevard where you live? Maybe you have a roundabout. A roundabout, yeah. Instead of intersections, sometimes we have roundabouts. They say it helps lessen traffic problems. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the roundabout because here in the US, many of us don't know how to use them. Okay, now we're going to get into the buildings. Our first building is skyscraper. A skyscraper is a very tall building that touches the sky. Its name makes sense because it scrapes the sky. New York has many skyscrapers. Chicago, LA, Dallas, they all have skyscrapers. Wisconsin, we don't have very many skyscrapers. In fact, I only know of 2. What about where you live? Do you have skyscrapers? Every community needs a hospital. Hospital. I do not like to go to the hospital, but I am glad that I have the ability to get to one. What about you? Do you like to go to the hospital? I love to go to this place, the library. Library. Not library, no berries at the library. I know it looks like library, but it's library. Do you like to go to the library? Do you? Me too. I also like to go to our next word, museum. Emphasis on the Z, museum. Do you like to go to the museum? I love the museum. Which museum do you like to go to? What's your favorite museum? What's your favorite exhibit at the museum? Hmm? Every community has a police station. police station. We pronounce that P-O like a P. Police station. That's where the police work. Just like every community needs a police station, every community needs a fire station. A fire station. That's where the fire trucks and the firemen are. A fire station. I hope I don't ever need the fire station, but I'm glad we have one. Do you have some mail? You do have some mail? All right, well, let's go to the post office. Post office. Do you like to get mail through the post office? Does anyone still send cards through the post office? I wonder. Next up, we have City Hall. All city official business is handled at City Hall. You pay your taxes at City Hall. I know it's got a T, but we pronounce it like it's a D. We say City Hall. Or, if you're going to be proper, City Hall. But most Americans pronounce that T like a D. We always have a saying too, you can't fight City Hall. I think you can, but nobody wants to. City Hall. That's our next word. Okay, we have the courthouse. The courthouse. When we say it quickly here in the United States, the courthouse. I got to go to the courthouse. We swallow that T. I do not like to go to the courthouse. Why? Because I hope I'm never in trouble that I need to go to the courthouse. And when I do go to the courthouse, it always takes a long time. Here's a place everyone enjoys. Well, those of us that grew up in the 80s anyway, the shopping mall. Shopping mall. Do you have a shopping mall where you live? Do you? Do you still like going? Everyone goes to the supermarket. The big stores with all sorts of items, we call that the supermarket. Or you could call it the grocery store. But it's so big for many people, it's a supermarket. Got it? Supermarket. Or do you call it the grocery store? Let me know in the comments. I love to go to the bakery. The bakery. Emphasis on the first syllable. The bakery is where you get baked goods like fresh bread, pies, cookies, cakes. The bakery. We used to have more bakeries in my neighborhood, but now we go to the supermarket to get the bakery. Restaurant. I love to go out to eat at a nice restaurant. What about you? Can you say that word? Restaurant. Do you enjoy going out to eat at a restaurant? Maybe you prefer a cafe. A cafe usually just sells coffee, tea, juices, smoothies, and baked goods, not a full line of food. A cafe. Oh, I know it looks like cafe, but it's cafe. Cafe, emphasis on the second syllable. It's from the French, cafe. Do you like to go to a cafe for some coffee? Next up, we have the bank. Bank. Do you still go to the bank or do you do all of your banking online? There are not as many banks around here as when I was younger. Bank. Do you still go to the bank? Hmm? Next up, we have the pharmacy. Pharmacy. When we need our prescriptions filled or our medicines, we go to the pharmacy. There are not very many mom and pop pharmacies. Now they're all big chain store pharmacies, at least here in the US. The word is pharmacy. You can get your prescriptions and medicine at the pharmacy. You've got your prescriptions. Now let's go on a train ride. We're going to go to the train station. Train station. I prefer to take my car, but one day I'm going to get in an overnight train. But I do love to visit a big old train station. What about you? Do you like to go to the train station? It's fun to say. Train station. Maybe you prefer the bus station. Bus station. When we say it quickly, bus station, it sounds like one word. Bus station. I don't like to take the bus anymore, because they don't run as frequent as they used to. But the bus station is a very busy place. Bus station. Here we have the bus stop. The bus stop. We make it sound like one word when we're talking about it also. Bus stop. Bus stop. Where we pick up the bus or where we get off the bus. It is the bus stop. Not taking a train, not taking a bus. Maybe you're taking a plane, so you need to go to the airport. Airport. I love to go to the airport. Do you like to go to the airport? Do you? I love to be leaving and I always love to come back home. So I love the airport. When I go on vacation, I like to stay at a hotel. Hotel. I know it looks like hotel or hotel, but it's not. It's hotel. Hotel. Do you like to stay at a hotel? Or maybe you're doing an Airbnb and you're staying at someone's apartment building. Apartment building. The emphasis is on the second syllable in apartment. The first A is pronounced like a because of the schwa. Apartment building. Do you live in an apartment building? Do you enjoy the theater? The theater. The theater. The theater. It should be pronounced the theater, but many people in the US say the theater. We're going to the theater tonight. This is a performance theater or theater. Many people call the cinema the theater. Let's go to the movie theater or theater. If you pronounce it properly, theater. But most Americans, we say theater. Which do you prefer? Not much of a live theater person? Then maybe you like to go to the stadium. Stadium. Emphasis on the first syllable. Who doesn't love to go watch the Green Bay Packers at a stadium? I love to go to the games. I've only been to 2, but I love to look at the stadium. Maybe you prefer to skip the theater, skip the stadium, and go to the gym. Yeah, the fitness center or gym for short. Gym. I know, gymnasium, short for gymnasium, but fitness centers are also called a gym. Hey, you going to the gym tonight? Yeah, after work, I'm going to go to the gym. It's also a common noun, a proper noun, short for James. But here, gym is short for gymnasium. Do you have a church in your community? Most communities have a church. Can you say it? Church. It's got a ch at the beginning and a ch at the end. Church. Iglesia in Espanol. Maybe you go to a mosque. A mosque. If you're Islamic, you worship at a mosque. A mosque. Got it? Mosque. Maybe you're Jewish. Then you go to the synagogue. Synagogue. Emphasis on the first syllable. Synagogue. Got it? Synagogue. Does your town have a factory? Factory? We manufacture many things in a factory. My town used to have a lot of factories, but we don't have as many now. This factory makes a lot of smoke. Factory. It's fun to say. Try it. Factory. And finally, warehouse. Warehouse. We store wares in the warehouse. W-A-R-E, wares. Things that are manufactured. This is a warehouse where many, many things that are manufactured are stored and also can be sold. Warehouse. Can you say it? Warehouse. Great job. Well, there you have it. Oh, so many words to learn and to practice to be able to speak about living in a city. We learned where we walk, where we park, and all the various buildings we can go to. What's your favorite building? What's your favorite vocabulary word you just learned? Did I miss something? Let me know in the comments. And why does English have oh so many fun words that can be tricky and fun to say? I don't Oh, but now you know how to pronounce them and what they mean. Have a great day, friends. Peace.